Oh, this came in last night? It's gonna be at least a couple weeks, but we'll call you with an estimate.
No. My car was not supposed to come here. Okay, I want it towed to a different body shop.
Why? We have the #1 service team in the Valley. We beat all prices. We kick the competition.
Yeah, I've heard it a million times. I just prefer to do my business elsewhere.
What's going on, everybody? Today we got our special guest, Kwajalyn Brown, aka Sheila from Cobra Kai Season 1. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty well. So what made you want to get involved with the film and acting industry?
I've always wanted to be an entertainer. At first I wanted to be a singer. And then that kind of fell to the wayside. I took a little bit of theater in college, and I didn't really think about acting until around 2010. It was a year after my father passed away. And so I wanted something that was, fun and therapeutic and something to take my mind off of everything. So I got into acting just on a whim and fell in love with it and decided to stick with it.
Yeah. So what brings you the most joy, being an actress or actor?
Getting to step outside of my everyday world.
Yeah.
I love playing different characters, telling different stories. I think it's really interesting to kind of get into the psychology of the different characters. And so that's the most fun.
Yeah. So what was your audition process for Cobra Kai like?
I submitted my resume and headshot to Actors Access, to the casting director. And then they asked me to send in a tape. So I taped my audition. And then they asked me to come back for a callback, and that was with the producers. So I had an in-person callback with the producers, and we just had a really great time through the whole process. And so, and then they wound up offering me the part a couple days later.
Yeah, so you appeared in 3 episodes of Season 1. What was that like?
It was a lot of fun. The first episode was kind of surreal because, I grew up watching Karate Kid. So being there with the 2 main actors was really, really surreal, but it was a lot of fun. They were really encouraging. Everybody was really, really excited about the first season and what we could do. And so, it was like a family atmosphere. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, so I know that you were in Season 1. What was that move from, YouTube to Netflix like for you?
It was amazing. When it debuted on YouTube, it had huge numbers. But when it went to Netflix, it just absolutely exploded. Of course, I think we were #1 on Netflix for a few weeks.
Yeah, it's close to a month. Yeah, I think.
It was a really, really big deal. So it was really exciting, and more people were able to see it, and more people I knew was able to see it because they didn't have YouTube Red. So, but they did have Netflix, and so it was really fun to be able to share all of that with them.
Yeah, like I saw the first 2 episodes in theaters. Like there was hardly anyone there. Now that'd be slammed. Well, not with COVID, but nowadays, that'd be slammed.
I know. Yeah, I saw the first episode too in the theaters, and I was really, really nervous because you don't see yourself on the big screen every day, so you don't know how you're going to look, how you're going to sound, how it was going to go, but it was great. Yeah.
So, what was your favorite scene that you got to film on Cobra Kai?
My first scene.
Yeah.
Actually, because I got a chance to show who Sheila was, and people got a chance to see who Sheila is, and it really set her up and established her in the Cobra Kai universe. Plus, it was fun playing against Billy, so that was a lot of fun. He was a really great scene partner. So that would be my favorite scene.
Yeah. So, what was it like? Being in that scene where Johnny and Daniel were sitting there like arguing over the car and stuff.
It was cool. It brought back a lot of memories of their old rivalry from back in the Karate Kid days. So it was cool to see that kind of up close and live and in color. And it was great watching them work and watching them bounce off of each other and watching them do the takes several different times and doing it different ways to see what would stick and just watching them. It was kind of like a fluid dance, and so that was really interesting to watch.
Yeah, so what was it like to work with, the both of them, Ralph and Billy?
It was great. They're so nice. They're so cool. I can't say enough good things about them. Very encouraging, very friendly. They're serious about the show. They're serious
Yeah.
about the work, but they're not so serious that they can't laugh and that they can't, have a good time, because you're there some days, 13 hours. And
Yeah.
so if you're going to be on set that long, it should be fun. So yeah, they're really, really great to work with.
Yeah. So what was it like to work on Tell Me Your Secrets?
Ooh, now that was interesting. um, wow. That was really interesting. Again, it was, I don't know if you've seen the show? Have
No,
you?
I've not seen that show. No.
Oh, it's a vast difference. It's not comedic at all.
Yeah.
It's very dark, very grim, show, very serious. But again, working on set with those actors, again, they were very nice, very encouraging. We had really great energy, and it was, I hate to say fun to play on something that deep and
Yeah.
dark, but it
Yeah.
was, but it was great. That was a really quick turnaround. I got the call that I booked the role, and I had to be in New Orleans the next morning. And so
Yeah.
I got the call the night before. So it was kind of like jump on a plane, get there, get the lines down, and let's go. But they made it really easy.
Yeah. Speaking of New Orleans, yeah, what was it like working on NCIS New Orleans?
Oh, I love New Orleans is one of my favorite cities.
Yeah. So that's
Um,
New Orleans as well.
I'm sorry?
That's shot in New Orleans as well.
Yeah. New Orleans is a great city. It's really laid back. Everybody's super, super friendly. Working opposite Scott Bakula was, again, very surreal, because I watched him a lot on a lot of shows when I was growing up. So they move really fast, because on a network show, they've got, multiple cameras and there's
Yeah.
people everywhere.
Yeah.
So things just kind of flow differently. But no, I love New Orleans. I love going back to New Orleans. And I'm actually going to be back on NCIS New Orleans next weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw where it said you were appearing on an episode in 2021. So yeah.
Yeah. So it was great being back.
Yeah. So what was it like to work on a medical show, The Resident?
Oh, that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Because we worked on a sound stage, and when you walk in, I mean, I've worked on different sets or whatever, but
Yeah.
when you walk in, they really built a hospital. Like, it is a
Yeah.
real hospital. It functions. There's stuff going on. So that was really, really cool. So I kind of, snuck off and did a little tour to look at some of the other sets,
Yeah.
or whatever. So, but it was cool watching those actors work, because that has to be, law and medicine have to be the two toughest types of roles to play.
Yeah.
There's a lot of medical jargon, and you've got to pronounce everything right, and you've got to speak like you've been saying this your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have no idea sometimes what a lot of this is about, in depth. So that was really interesting. That was really cool to watch too. It was a great learning experience. And again, it was a great cast, great crew, and we shot right before the shutdown. So that was a little interesting too.
Yeah, so for Cobra Kai, with your scenes at the dealership, was those, like, I know they've shot at multiple dealerships. Was all yours shot at the same one?
Yeah, mine was shot at the same one. Yeah. And if I remember, I think it's about an hour south of here, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but all of those scenes were at the same one.
Yeah, so what's your favorite project that you've got to work on so far?
Ooh, besides Cobra Kai, I would say Drop Dead Diva.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That was my first big role ever.
Yeah.
And it was great, and it was a blessing to become a recurring character on there. But that was so great. The actors were fun. Like, you saw them like going on skateboards and stuff between.
Yeah.
So it was really cool, and getting to be a stern judge and kind of be in charge. So that was cool too.
Yeah, so what's like your dream role to be in, whether it's a type of movie or like, type of company? What's your dream role?
I would love to play a historical character one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be really challenging, and also it would be an honor to tell somebody's story and put it on film so that people could watch it. So yeah, I would really love to do something historical one day.
Yeah, so is there any upcoming projects that you can currently talk about?
Only NCIS New Orleans.
Yeah.
I have a few more in the can, but
NDAs, yeah.
So I can't talk about any of them until they start rolling out.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of, like the COVID and everything, how has that impacted, you guys down there in Atlanta as far as, the film industry goes?
We're finally starting to pick up the pace a little bit. So
Yeah.
that's been good. Starting at the first of the year, it really started picking up a little bit more. But we were in the same boat as everyone else when
Yeah.
everything shut down. I went from running around doing auditions to absolutely nothing
Yeah.
overnight. And
Yeah.
so that took a lot of getting used to. And it was kind of jarring because I'm used to go, 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 go all the time. And then it went to, I don't know when or if I'm ever going to work again.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was tough emotionally for a while, but we're
Yeah.
starting to pick up, so I'm starting to feel better. We're seeing some light.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Speaking of COVID, what's some hobbies you maybe picked up or some shows you watched, during the quarantine?
yoga. I
Yoga.
used to hate yoga, but I've picked up yoga now and I've fallen completely in love with it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't have anything else to do, so I was like, I might as well try. And now it's like my favorite thing to do ever.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, I don't know that I watched a lot of shows. I'm more of a documentary type of person.
Yeah. I
So I
love
kind
that.
of tune into those things a lot.
Yeah.
What did I watch? The one that everybody else was watching. Oh my gosh, with Carol Baskin, the
Oh,
guy.
Tiger King. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that
That's
was
something
awesome.
else there. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I have to go back and watch that one again. I literally sat and binge watched that in one sitting. Like I just couldn't even.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
Yeah. Maybe Sheila will join that yoga group that trained in Johnny's dojo for a little bit.
That would actually be a pretty cool
Hey,
idea.
anything's possible.
Yeah, I'm all for throwing new ideas out there. So we'll see.
Yeah. So, which do you prefer to do, movies or TV?
Hmm. That is a really good question.
Yeah.
They're so different because I think I prefer movies only because it's a slower pace.
Yeah.
You
It's not so
get a chance
rushed.
to flesh your character out a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's not, yeah, I think it's just a little more
Yeah.
settled. With me, I work on a lot of different shows, so I'm kind of bouncing all over the place, but I like being on a movie set because I'm there. I
Yeah.
can spend time, I can really get into the role and yeah, really, really flesh it out.
Yeah. So, when it comes to Cobra Kai, are you team Cobra Kai or team Miyagi Do?
Let's see.
Sure.
I would have to say, after watching the last season, I am definitely Team Miyagi-Do. At first,
Yeah.
I was.
Team combination, I guess.
What'd you
Well,
say?
like, I guess you could call it team combination.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. At first, I was staunchly on Team Cobra Kai just because I
Yeah.
like
Absolutely.
badasses. I really do. But then after a while, it kind of took a weird turn. So yeah, I'm on the other side now.
Yeah. So, speaking of season 3, what was your favorite part of season 3?
Hmm. Ooh, the flashback. Well, not flashbacks, but when Daniel went back to Japan.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was so great. Just watching how everything changed, seeing how he remembered everything
Yeah.
and then seeing how different everything was. And I loved how they brought back some of the old characters.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really nice seeing that.
Yeah. It's crazy how they made that like mall or whatever look. It's in Atlanta, but they made it look like it was over there. That was crazy.
Right. Yeah. The set designers and set decorators are absolutely fantastic. Absolutely.
Yeah. So another thing about Cobra Kai, what was your favorite return in season 3?
Tamiko.
Kumiko? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love their love story. I love their connection in the movies. So seeing her again, and it was really nice. I
Yeah.
actually almost cried. It was great.
Yeah.
She was great. The chemistry was still there. It was awesome.
Yeah. So, being an actor, do you ever, possibly want to direct or produce or write your own stuff?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to get into directing at some point.
Yeah.
I did produce a web series a few years ago, and that was a lot.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
so many different moving parts.
Oh, yeah.
But I would do it again at some point. But I do really want to get into directing because, I coach people sometimes in acting. And so I
Yeah.
love being able to like talk to the actors and get
Yeah.
them to maybe think about characters a little differently and flesh things out a little differently. So yeah, and I think being a director is awesome because you get to put together the whole picture,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So speaking of being an acting coach, how'd you get involved with that?
Well, people just started asking me if I could help them out with their auditions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then I never thought that I wanted to coach or teach, but then the more I did it, the more I really, really loved to do it. So I just kind of fell into it.
Yeah, so with like some of your auditions, I know there's definitely not going to be any in person. So for your callbacks, are they just like through Zoom?
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like taping. We already taped down here in the Southeast, for the initial, but for the callbacks, you're usually there and you can kind of move around and you can kind of do some
yeah.
stuff.
But you're just kind of like sitting there at a screen, like, ugh.
Right, and you don't know where to look or where to stand or what to do. So, that's been challenging. I've had a few embarrassing callbacks, but some of them worked out.
Yeah. So what is your, main, like, when you get towards, I guess, maybe like, the end of your career, what's like, your main goal, in acting?
To put out good work.
Yeah.
To have a resume that I can look back on and really be proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that there's, as far as money or fame or anything. I just really want for people when they see my work, they were like, wow, she was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's your favorite television show or movie all time?
Favorite television show. Oh my goodness. Throwing these curveballs at me today. Let's see. So give me a second. I'm going to think of it because I know this is on the tip of my. Oh, The Tudors.
The Tudors, yeah. What's that on?
That is on Netflix.
Netflix, okay.
I am a total Anglophile. I have watched that series at least 6 times.
Yeah.
And I always act like it's the first time I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my favorite show of all time. Favorite movie would be Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, with the move to Netflix for Cobra Kai, do you think that's helped you out, as an actress or an actor, helping you get more auditions, having, being in 3 episodes of Cobra Kai?
I don't know that it's gotten me a ton more of auditions because I already audition a lot.
Yeah.
But the best part about it is though meeting people like you, like people get to see my work. And so I get to talk to people and meet people that I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So it's given me a lot of great exposure in that way. So I would say that would be the best part of it going to Netflix.
Yeah. So what's your advice, for anybody wanting to get into the industry, whether it's acting, writing, directing, producing, anything, in that area?
Don't give up. Believe in yourself. It's not an easy road, but it's a rewarding one if you stick with it. And you also have to understand that things don't happen in a linear way. It's not, if I do this, then this will happen. If I, go here, then that'll happen. It really is ups and downs. There's going to be years that you're going to work like crazy. And then there are going to be times that you're not going to have anything at all, but you still need to keep that passion, love for what you do.
Yeah. I just want to thank you for coming on today. It was great to be able to speak with you.
Oh, sure. Same here. Thank you so much for reaching out.
All right. Thank you. Have a great one.
You too. Bye.